Welcome, wrestling fans, to the Eau Claire North Husky Invitational from Eau Claire North High School. Made the drive over this morning, and the Red Raiders are in a 30-team tournament. 28 teams from Wisconsin, and two of the top teams out of Minnesota, St. Michael Albertsville and Simley, Minnesota. They are the top-ranked teams in Division AA, AAA, the two top divisions of Minnesota. Also in this tournament, Kaukauna, number 1 ranked, Division I. Wisconsin Rapids, number 2 ranked. Menominee, number 3 ranked. Heartland Arrowhead, number 7 ranked. They are all in this tournament as well, plus many other ranked wrestlers from some of the individual schools. Red Raiders have nobody on the mat right at this point, so we will take a quick break. We'll be back when the first Red Raider steps onto one of the 4 mats here at the Eau Claire North Husky Invitational. Jack Ackerman at 144 is coming on the mat now. He's going to take on Richmond's Ethan Otto in his first round matchup. Unfortunately for the viewers here and for us as well, you have 2 different gyms being used to run the same tournament, which is a terrible setup as far as any type of media coverage, because you only see part of who you're looking to see. So this is the first Red Raider on the mat that we have seen, Jack Ackerman. We can give you an update on Aspen Tritz at 132 pounds. He beat Eau Claire Memorial's Caden Vincent on a pin in 29 seconds. He's got a tough draw coming up. He's got Bryce Knutson of Kaukauna in his second matchup. Jack Ackerman gets shot in again on a far side single. He's got to counter force that head down and away. Got to a front headlock, but Otto comes to his feet for a counter, and they get back to neutral. Ackerman in on a shot now. He can't, just ran out of power and strength on the way in there. Got to that body lock, but couldn't progress from there. Underhook by Otto, shoots into a double. Ackerman clearing a one leg. He's still got one hung up at the knee. Now gets back to his feet. So far, Otto's been able to penetrate and get to the legs of Ackerman pretty easily. .27 seconds left, first period, still no score, and there's Otto again, penetrates to the legs. Off the mat they work as Otto came up with a high double leg, and thank goodness they ran off the mat. Once again, for the first-time viewers this year, we have some changes. You get 3 points per takedown this year. Out of bounds, if one supporting point, a toe, a finger, a head, anything of one wrestler is inside or on the circle, you are still considered inbounds, so you can be wrestling basically almost on the hard floor. Near fall points are counted like this: a 2 count, you get 2 near fall points. A 3 count, you earn 3. A 4 count, you earn 4. And the maximum you can earn is 5 if the wrestler is in near fall position and there's an injury. Gets locked hands by Otto as Ackerman sits out, wraps him to a cradle. He's going to get 1, and now he's looking for getting a pin here. Otto's in deep trouble as Ackerman's got a nice half in here, but Otto able to get stomach down temporarily. And now he's trying to roll through Ackerman, which he did. Ackerman not off at a 90 degree there to prevent that roll. Jeremiah Peters is taking on Christian Sadie of Abbotsford Colby, and Peters leads 3-0 in his first round matchup. Switch again attempt by Ackerman. Lifting the leg, got to clear that leg. Now he's got it cleared, got the reversal. And Otto stands right up with him. Ackerman cuts him loose, unable to hang on. 9-3 to score now for Ackerman. 44 seconds left, second period. Arm tie by Ackerman. But he needs better head position. Otto breaks the arm tie and dives right back into a single, and Ackerman not protecting the legs at all. Trying to reach inside and get a reverse half here on Otto, which he is able to do. Now covers the body, gets a takedown. Sooner or later, Otto may connect on some of these takedowns that he's been in on deep. Ackerman able to counter so far. End of 2 periods, 12-3, the Red Raider. He's got a commanding lead. But you don't want to let that guy have as many chances in deep as Otto's had. This is wrestling at 144 pounds. Ackerman on top to start the third period. Otto on the bottom. Good start by Ackerman there. Chops the wrist underneath. Got a left hand legs right in. Now he's got to work to keep those hips flat. Work for a pinning combination. Lost the legs right, and Otto starts to come up to a high base. Legs right on the left-hand side again by Ackerman. He's out hanging over the shoulders pretty far. Trying to stick that double legs in. He's got it in there now. He's got the hips flat. And the right side leg comes out, and he digs her in one more time. Minute 15 left, third period, 12-3, the Red Raider. So again, we got to thank Mr. Scott Rouge for driving over to Eau Claire, volunteering his Saturday to give you mat side seats. We appreciate all that help and time that he's volunteering. Joyce is keeping us straight on the stats. My name is Scott Tesch. I'll be giving you move by move, and that's a stop for potentially dangerous. Going to get him restarted with 55 seconds left yet. Caution on Ackerman. Otto works hard to stand up. Ackerman can't hold him. And he gets the 1 point escape, 12-4 with 40 seconds left. Ackerman got stuck with his head underneath, trying to step into a leg lace here. Now comes up with an underhook, but is stretched out. Otto again into a single on the near side. Ackerman fights that off. 22 seconds left. Otto again in on a single leg. Right now, Ackerman's got a major decision at 12-4. He's trying to hip over Otto. 7 seconds left. And there is the match, 12-4 for Jack Ackerman over New Richmond's Ethan Otto. We'll bring you some more updates on the rest of the wrestling that's in this gym when we return. Back now to the Eau Claire North Invitational. This is going to be 126-pound matchup. Landon Freeman against Nina's Jason Enos. Once again, we apologize that you're only going to see about half the amount of Red Raiders you want to see because they are running this tournament in 2 different gyms. So I'm going to give you some results here. Jackson Freeman at 106 has not been on the mat. Luke Hamill has not been on the mat at 113. Deegan Armagast will be in the other gym. He has not wrestled yet. Landon Freeman against Jason Enos is what you're seeing in front of you now. Aspen Tritz will be in front of you coming up. He got a first-round pin in 29 seconds. At 138, Gavin Jacobs will take on Maverick Arneson out of Cochrane Fountain City. He has not wrestled yet. The 144-pounder Jack Ackerman got a 12-4 major decision. He will take on Wausau East Christian Simmons. At 150, Chase Gethers will wrestle Landon Shepard. We'll see that match as Freeman gets a takedown. 157, Mason Tritz will take on Carson Kramer of Burlington. We will be able to see that match. Jeremiah Peters got a pin in 130 in his first round matchup. He'll take on the number 1 seed, Jacob Hermanina. That will be in the other gym as well. Oakley Plus got a first round forfeit win and a wrestle in a pigtail match. He'll take on Cade Boyd of Burlington. We'll see that match. The Red Raiders have no entrant at 190 or 215 today. And Tanner Gormanson, we'll be able to see him wrestle against Whitehall's Mason Bouch. Now you're updated. The Red Raiders sit in 4th place in team points. Again, behind St. Michael, Albertville, and Kaukauna, and those groups that had a lot of first-round buys. Team scores 83.5 for St. Michael, Albertville. Simley, Minnesota, 55.5. Kaukauna, 47. And the Red Raiders, 34. That's where we stand currently. 3-0 the lead for Freeman. And the end of the first period is there. Enos's choice, he defers. Freeman's choice, he is going to go down to start the second period, leading 3-0. Enos on top. Freeman getting to a high base now. Enos hanging on with a tight waist and a wrist. Freeman with some hand control, trying to come up, planting the left foot down on the mat. Can't get the right knee off the mat, though. Still working on hand control. Luke Hamill on the mat, trailing Walter Waldelick 7-1 in his first round matchup at 113 pounds. Freeman now coming out to face, trying to reach around, steps behind with a trip back to the mat. Freeman still trying to come out and face him, got a loose whizzer in. Now he steps over the top. Couldn't get the reversal there. He leads 4-1. Now he's got Enos's head flat on the mat. Trying to crunch into a cradle here. Enos got his head buried, hanging onto a single leg. And we got a stalemate, says the official. They're both on their feet. Freeman with the escape, he leads 4-0. 40 seconds left. Freeman in on a shot now, looking to score and open up the match here. 3, takedown, Freeman. 7-0 the lead. Nina's got 4 wrestlers ranked in the top 10 or 12 in the state. Trying to sit out and snatch ahead was Enos. But Freeman rides along till the end of the period, taking a 7-0 lead into the third. Enos's choice, he will go down. Freeman decides to switch sides on the start. Enos to a high base now. Freeman takes him right back to the crown of his forehead. Tight waist to the bar now by Freeman. Minute and a half left. Freeman's working that bar, got it in there deep on the right-hand side, now trying to trap a wrist. Freeman firing a far side half, but Enos catches that hand, trying to control it and come up. 55 seconds left. Enos to a sitting position again now. Going to try and snatch the head if he can on a sit out. Freeman felt that coming, forward roll. Freeman right in the saddle, rides right along with him. 35 seconds left. Freeman with that deep, tight waist on the right-hand side, now working on her wrist. $15 seconds remaining. Be nice if we get a quick turn here for a couple points and get to that major decision. But it looks like he's going to win this match 7-0. Landon Freeman over Nina's Jason Enos. First round victory for the Red Raider. And next up should be Aspen Tritz. We'll stay right there, same match. Aspen Tritz again had a 29-second pin over Eau Claire Memorial's Caden Vincent in the first round. And that was, unfortunately, in the other gym where we can't see. So this is Kaukaunaa's Brady Knudsen. Tritz a little slide by. Tritz wading in to the double underhooks. Toss attempt. Takes Knudsen to the mat. Scramble. Knudsen fights his way back to his feet. No points given. Headlock attempt by Tritz. Knudsen trying to roll through, which he does. These are two guys flying around the mat. Tritz has got a 3-0 lead on the takedown. And they're off. A lot of flying around action. And well, the Rapids coach is just questioning something, and the official quickly ends that one. This is wrestling at 132 pounds. Tritz locking up a cradle. Takes Knudsen back on his shoulders. Got near fall coming. Knudsen kicking hard from the bottom. Pin for Tritz. 54 seconds in a wild match. And Tritz puts the cradle on from the feet. Takes Knudsen to his back from Kaukauna and pinned him in 54 seconds. Right now, no other Red Raiders on the mat in this gym. So we'll take a quick break. We'll be back with more Lincoln High School Red Raider Wrestling. Back now as one of the Rapids wrestlers just popped out on the mat, on mat number 3. See if we can see who that is. That is, I'm not sure. We'll check here in a minute. A surprises all of a sudden popped right out there.
Shepherd.
Oh, this is Chase Geathers, okay? Chase Geathers and Landon Shepard out of Neenah. And Shepard has got a takedown. Riding with the legs on this near side. Shepard ranked number 11 at 150 pounds for the Neenah Rockets. And he's scoring near fall now. Gavin Jacobs, I do believe, out here at 138. Taking on Cochrane Fountain City's Maverick Arneson. That's Jacobs' first round matchup as well as Geathers. And Shepard is trying to lock up a cradle. Well, he lost that grip. Geathers picking a hand, trying to control that wrist. And into one period, it's 10-0 Shepard. Again, Shepard ranked number 11 for Neenah at 150 pounds in the state. Jacobs and Arneson still 0-0 on their feet. 1 minute left, first period. Geathers on top. Shepard hit a hard stand-up. Geathers takes him back to the mat. Jacobs trying to get to a barrel roll takedown. Can't do that yet. And they're off the mat. Shepard now with the reversal. He's leading 14-0, close to a tech fall over Chase Geathers. 15 seconds left. Gavin Jacobs into a single leg now. Three takedown Geathers at the very end of the period. He leads 3-0. Good work. And Chase Geathers gets tech falled by Landon Shepard of Neenah. Now we'll switch you over to the Gavin Jacobs 138-pound matchup with Maverick Arneson out of Cochrane Fountain City. Jacobs on the bottom. Hard switch attempt. Chin whip as he reaches back once he got to his feet and didn't get any points out of the whole deal. Trying to get to a stand-up, working on trying to get some hand control, but lost that. And Arneson takes him back to the mat. Switch attempt again by Jacobs. He's got the two there. 5-0 the lead. 1:30 left, second period. Good job of not stopping there by Jacobs. Went from one move, didn't work. Next one, didn't work. Next one, finally got it. Legs ride on the far side. Crossbody power half now. Now double legs ride, flattening the hips out. Jacobs trying to dig hard and work on those arms, trying to get one pulled out of here. Tip attempt, near fall coming by Jacobs, but he's in danger of losing control. Off the mat. 3, near fall Jacobs. And no loss of control, thank goodness for out of bounds. 8-0 with 37 seconds left, second period. Again, Jacobs is comfortable in that roll around, grub around style where sometimes he gets himself into some positions that aren't very good, but he's comfortable doing that. Right now, he's got a major decision on the board at 8-0 and riding hard. Legs right on the right side, crossbody half again. 10 seconds. Trying to get that turn again. Out of time. About 3 seconds longer, we would have had near fall, but clock just ran out. And they're going on their feet to start the third period. 8-0 the lead for the Red Raider, and Arneson in deep on a low ankle shot. Jacobs trying to stick a legs ride in. And he's got a crossbody half, but Arneson sits up. Jacobs got the legs right in with the wrong leg, though. Just trying to remain in control a little bit. Now he's got the 3 takedown. Again, not perfect position, but it worked for him. He's able to figure a lot of that out from some strange wrestling positions. Crossbody power half again with the legs right on the right-hand side. Switching legs, trying to get to a double legs ride. Now got that half in. Sticks it back in there loosely, trying to pin the shoulder. 50 seconds. Near fall coming again for the Red Raider. But Arneson able to get back to a base. Trying to slide out the back door, but Jacobs caught him doing that. Got some more near fall. Scoreboard says 14-0 with 20 seconds remaining. Jacobs again trying to stretch him. Got him turned this time, and he rolled through it. Get your head up.
That had to be 2. Oh, don't get reversed. Oh.
No, and 2 reversal by Arneson. Takes the tech off the board. 14-2, Gavin Jacobs with a win. Jacobs with his first round match victory. And I do not see any more Red Raiders on the mat. So we'll take a quick break, catch our breath, do some paperwork. We'll be back at the Eau Claire North Invitational. Wrestling on the mat now at 157 pounds. Lincoln High School's Mason Tritz taking on Burlington's Carson Kramer.
157, Carson Kramer from Burlington and Mason Tritz from Wisconsin Rapids. On deck from
Mason Tritz ranked 5th at 165. Again, this is the cradle master. He will cradle you at all costs, from anywhere, on your feet, not on the mat, on your back, no make a difference. In on a single leg, got stretched out, but trying to regain that leg. Puts the hip down of Kramer on the mat. And again, he kind of likes to do the grub around, roll around style as well. This is comfortable for him. Kind of come out the backside, works up the body, got 3 in a takedown. Good work for Tritz. And again, you see him working over the shoulder, inside that far side knee, looking to lock up a cradle. He's got long arms, long legs. That's the perfect body for a cradler. Forward roll. Kramer almost got out, but Tritz able to regain an ankle and regains control. Team scores look like this. St. Michael Albertsville, Minnesota, 239. Simley, Minnesota, 184. Kaukauna, 177. Red Raiders hanging in there in 4th at 166. And remember, the Red Raiders are empty in 2 weight classes. They have nobody at 190 and 215 today. Barbed wire now by Tritz. Taking that bottom side elbow, running it all the way around, pulling it out the far side. Official looking for near fall. And he's got 4 near fall. 7-0 the Red Raider after 1 period. Again, takedowns have changed. They are 3 points for every takedown. And the near falls are counted once the official counts twice. It's 2 near fall. If he counts a 3rd time, it's 3. If he counts a 4th time, it's 4. And if there is an injury or the opponent that's on his back yells out to stop the wrestling, then it's a maximum of 5 near fall. And again, out of bounds is just like college. If there's any point of any wrestler touching the line, the outer circle, or inside of it, you are still in bounds. Tritz made the mistake of pulling Kramer back over top of him, and Kramer countered. Tritz has got to fight to try to get back into control here. He's got a leg barely. And trying to go for a barrel roll. Can he pop his head out now? Still in control. Reaching for the head is Tritz. Trying to pop the head out, which he's finally done now, and he's got that leg scissored underneath. Got a half Nelson, runs that leg up, fires a half. Near fall coming again for the Red Raider. He's got a wrist trap through between the thighs as well. Referee in there looking close. Pin for Tritz. In a 2:56 on the fall. And the surprising thing, it wasn't a cradle. No cradle there. Just a half, leg scissored with a wrist tied up. And Tritz puts him away in 2:56. Future matchups look like this. At 106, Jackson Freeman takes on St. Michael Albertsville, Jackson Thorne. Tough matchup for the Red Raider there. Luke Hamill at 113 has a bye this round. 120, Deegan Armagost gets Bloomer Colfax's Drew Ryder. 126, another Wisconsin Rapids St. Michael Albertsville matchup. Landon Freeman against Grant Bergeron. At 132, Aspen Tritz will take on St. Michael Albertsville's Chase Mills. 138, Gavin Jacobs gets Abbotsford Colby's Matt Jekyll. 144, Jack Ackerman will take on Wausau East Christian Simmons. At 165 pounds in a match we will not see because it's going to be in the other gym, Jeremiah Peters against Jacob Herm of Neenah. At 175, Oakley Plus will wrestle in the other gym as well, and he will take on Cade Boyd of Burlington. And at 285, Boyd is ahead in that other one, 11-0, as Joyce just gave me the update. And at 285, Tanner Gormanson not wrestled yet. So we will be back with more Lincoln High School Red Raider Wrestling after this short timeout. And we're back now at Eau Claire North. Fortunate enough for us, we got Jeremy Plus out here for the Red Raiders against Oakley Plus against Jaden Morgan out of Bloomer Colfax. Morgan blasts into a double, but Plus fights it off, comes up trying to get to a cradle. Can he keep a foot in bounds? Got 3 takedown for Plus as he was heading backwards on the seat of his singlet. Now he's got a half. Got plenty of time to settle him in here. Take your time and be patient. Jeremy Plus won his first round match by forfeit and then lost on a technical fall to Cade Boyd of Burlington. That was a quick one. That was in 38 seconds for Oakley Plus. Gets his pin for the Red Raiders. Picks up an additional 2 bonus points for the pin. And advances on. Again, we apologize that you're only seeing about half the Red Raiders as they are running this tournament in 2 different gyms, which is basically terrible for covering any event because you only see part of who you're actually looking to see. We'll bring you the best we can, and we'll return to Eau Claire North after a short timeout. Back now at the Husky Invitational. number 3. Jackson Freeman at 106 against Jackson Thorne out of St. Michael Albertsville. Thorne with a quick takedown and a cut loose. He leads 3-1. Thorne in a near side single, trapped that elbow, takes down Freeman.
At 106, Frank George from Whitehall and Tegan Moore from West Salem. On deck for mat 4. At 113, Walker Whaley from New Richmond.
Thorne riding on the right-hand side now, leading 6-1, and he is from St. Michael Albertsville. So this will be a huge test for Jackson Freeman. Thorne is a wrestling name that is from the St. Michael Albertsville school system. Derek Thorne is, I'm guessing, older brother probably. Exceptional wrestler for St. Michael Albertsville, and they are the number 1 ranked team in the top division 3A. 3A is Minnesota's designation for the big schools. 2A is the second middle school area in enrollment, and that's Simley's class, and they are the number 1 ranked team there, and they are in this tournament. Again, Thorne is just doing whatever he pleases, 12-1 on Jackson Freeman. It's quarterfinal action here. And Thorne probably has wrestled varsity since he was an 8th grader, because you can wrestle varsity in Minnesota as an 8th grader. So there's the opportunity to be a 5-time state champion in Minnesota, which there have been some. It's not super unusual. 14-1 after 1 period, Thorne with a lead. Thorne decides to put Freeman on his feet. It'll be 14-1. It was Thorne's choice.
From New Richmond and Hunter Taft from Tacoma. On deck for mat 4. At 120.
Thorne just forces his way into a single, switches to a double, wraps up the body, trying a front trip. Freeman fighting the takedown off. Thorne got it elevated, still fighting it off is Freeman. Kicks out, turns the face, and they're off the mat. And it's interesting, you see the Minnesota coaching staff, as soon as they get kind of near the edge of the mat, they're up off their seats, walking towards the center of the mat, and there's a takedown to end it, 17-1. And the Wisconsin coaches are taught to stay down by your chairs. Different in Minnesota. 17-1, Jackson Freeman goes down to Thorne of St. Michael Albertsville. Luke Hamill had a bye in his second round. Deegan Armagast is going to come up against Bloomer Colfax's Drew Ryder. Landon Freeman will get St. Michael Albertsville's Grant Bergeron. And Aspen Tritz, another St. Michael matchup, Chase Mills. We'll bring you those matches when we return. Come back now to the Eau Claire North Invitational 120-pound matchup, championship side. Deegan Armagast taking on wrestler from Bloomer Colfax. Drew Ryder is his name. Armagast got a pin in his first round matchup and won 18 over Xavier Orrich from Eau Claire Memorial. And Riders from Bloomer Colfax. Round in a spin cycle we go until they get to the edge of the mat. Little trip attempt, but then Ryder drove across his balance point, had him on the seat of his singlet, and they're off the mat. Thank goodness for that. Hard shot in by Ryder, gets to a double. Again, the Red Raiders having some difficulty protecting legs here. They've been shot in on a few different times. Stalemate. 1:30 left. In this gym with 4 mats on the floor, they have the championship side matchups. In the other gym, as I'd mentioned earlier, they have the consolation side. So we will not, unfortunately, be able to see the consolation side of things. And again, it's nothing that we can correct or make better in any way, shape, or form. Duck under. Little underarm spin by Armagast. Yeah, now you really got to keep wrestling on if you're outside that circle, because one point of contact for any wrestler on the line or inside the circle is considered inside, and you can wrestle. 35 seconds left. Still zeros on the board. Armagast's got to figure a way to get in a good solid takedown here before the period. Get a little bit of a lead. Nice arm drag around the corner we went, but Ryder too quick. Body lock, lifts to a double with 13 seconds left, gives up the 3-point takedown. That's something you do not want to do, is give up points late in a period. And especially now, since it's a 3-point takedown. 3-0 after 1. The disc comes up green, and that's going to be Ryder's choice. He defers. Armagast is going to go down. Stand-up attempt, trying to hit a hard switch. Comes out the face. Ryder still with elbow control. And in the official's eyes, that's signaling he's in control. Trying to come around the backside with a little bit of a spin is Armagast. They're on the edge of the circle, and Ryder takes a shot in and misses. There's a 1-point escape for Armagast. It's 3-1. Drew Ryder of Bloomer Colfax. Sweep shot missed around the corner, pawing down on the head, but not able to complete a takedown is Armagast. Ryder again reach in with a shot. They're on the edge of the circle. 1 minute left, second period. And the official said, we're going to restart you. Armagast needs to secure a takedown here in the final 50 seconds. Take the lead, because it's going to be a nice shot in there. See if we can complete it, but Ryder just picks the hands off and stretches his leg out. It was easy for him. Again, we've seen some of this a little bit last year, lack of power in some of these lightweight guys. They just don't have the power to stay with some of these people. And that was just all power. That's all that was. Shot in again, knee pick. Keep a foot in. Oh, can't do it. They're out of bounds. 10 seconds left. Good takedown attempt. Just ran out of wrestling mat there. Bad shot in there, just straight in and shot down towards the mat. Put yourself in a bad position and the period runs out. 3-1, Drew Ryder, Bloomer Colfax with the lead, and he chooses down to start the third period. And Armagast's going to give him a free ride back to his feet. So it's going to be 4-1. They're looking for a takedown to tie here. They were close once, but ran out of mat. Ryder's been close a couple times too. And Ryder in on a deep double leg. Freeman lifts, trying to roll him out of bounds, which they did do. Armagast. Again, that was just straight in power from Ryder, and Armagoss couldn't stop him. Out of bounds, they work one more time, 1:26 remaining on the clock. Armagoss snaps down on the head, and Ryder just wades right past him. And off the mat they go again. 1:12 left. Again, Ryder locks up on Armagoss, and Armagoss can't shake him. Can't power through him either. Snap down there. Ryder gains control of an elbow. On the edge of the circle, if you can't make a takedown happen here, to get out of bounds, start it again. 45 seconds left on the clock. Deegan's got to pick up the pace here. Got to get the one to tie. Shot in from too far out and straight in, easily stopped. And Ryder knows where he's at. He's on the edge of the circle trying to keep a point in. Armagoss got to get out here. Pull your leg out of bounds. There you go. 20 seconds remaining. Got to have a different attack than what he's been trying. Change things up a little bit. Warning, stalling Ryder, 1 point. Armagoss, 4-2. Now, 12 seconds left. Takedown wins the match. Armagoss wades in, but nothing there for offense. And Ryder drops into a single. And the match is over, 4-2. Armagoss goes down to Deegan Ryder, Bloomer Colfax. He goes into the backside to bracket. Next up for the Red Raiders will be Landon Freeman against St. Michael Albertville's. And then Aspen Tritz at 132 pounds against St. Michael Albertsville as well. We'll take a quick break. We'll be back with more Lincoln High School Red Raider Wrestling. Getting ready to go at 132 pounds, Aspen Tritz, who's coming off 2 pins, one in 24 seconds, one in 54 seconds. Now this is going to get tougher. Chase Mills of St. Michael Albertsville. And Mills is ranked second at 133 pounds in Minnesota. Weight class is just a slight bit difference. There's a shot in as Tritz was messing with his headgear. Got the takedown, a 3-0 lead. Again, against these exceptional guys, you have to be ready, locked in the match. You can't take one short bit of a break in a stance, in a position, anything, because they will make you pay for it. And that's what Mills did with Aspen Tritz. You seen him messing with his headgear. He came out of his stance just a little, and Mills shot a dart, and he got there from a long way out. Hip tip tried by Mills and countered by Tritz the first 2 times he tried it. Now Tritz planting both feet on the ground. Coming up, turning the face. They're out of bounds. Mills barely hangs on to an ankle. Tritz will get set on the bottom. Yeah, this is championship side action quarterfinals. Tritz fights to his feet, works on hands. Mills has to cut him loose. It's 3-1 now. Mills with a shot from a long ways out again. Tritz out of a stance just a little bit again. Not expecting the shot. And Mills took it to him. 6-1 now. Again, young wrestler in Tritz. Making very minor mistakes, but those can become glaring ones against a good kid like Mills. "18 seconds left. Tritz has got time to get one back here. Hard start from the bottom, get the escape.
On deck for mat 2 at 138, Gavin Jacob from Wisconsin Rapids Lincoln and Matt Jekyll from Abbotsford.
Works to his feet, or temporarily, now trying to come up one more time, 10 seconds. Step through with a loose legs ride is Mills. Tritz is trying to pick that foot up. This is probably going to take too long, which is done, and we're out of time in the first period. 6-1 the lead for St. Michael Albertville. Mills goes down to start the second period. Tritz will try to turn and ride. Base off and an easy stand up, and Tritz got to cut him loose. It's now 7-1. Underarm spin attempt missed by Tritz. And he's got that kind of a face mask on, so I'm sure it's a little tough to keep in place as Mills in deep on a single takes him down to the mat pretty easily. It's now 10-1. They're going to cut him loose one more time as Mills looks over at the coaching staff. And the official said, nope, you didn't cut him loose in time before he went out of bounds. Going to optional start him here. He gives him the free ride to his feet. 10-2. Underarm spin again. Mills counters that pretty easy. Goes around the corner and takes down Tritz. Cuts him loose one more time. Runs him out of bounds. 13-2. The lead for Mills. Mills optional start, just kind of hangs on a little bit, cuts him loose. Little underarm shuck right to a single leg. Beautiful setup and takedown, and Tritz can't counter him. 16-4 now. Mills with a shot in, but stopped this time by Tritz. He tried a bad headlock attempt. And now it's 19-4. That's a technical fall. Chase Mills of St. Michael Albertsville, technical fall win over Aspen Tritz of Wisconsin Rapids. Next up we have, that's Landon Freeman, right down here in the light blue Eau Claire North mat as they're doing a little mat cleanup, and he's taking on, I do believe, yep, St. Michael Albertsville's Grant Bergeron at 126 pounds. Bergeron is ranked 4th at 121 in Minnesota. Again, these Minnesota guys here, you can wrestle on the varsity as an 8th grader, and they've all wrestled all over the country. They are very seasoned wrestlers coming in. They can wrestle. Hence why they're one of the best teams in Minnesota, and that's potentially dangerous. No score so far, 0-0. But Bergeron is looking to wind it up and get going here. Slide by, leg trip, into a double, out of bounds they go. Again, these St. Michael, Albertsville, and Simley guys, they go from one move to the next, and it's all just easy for them. Double underhooks, inside leg trip again, underhook again. And he limp arms out of that double underhook. 3, takedown. Bergeron off the mat. It's super aggressive to just a little bit tentative. You can see that in the motions on the mat. Ankle pick on this near side by Bergeron. Legs right, or tried to get there, now just got an ankle bite in there. Cross face, looking to get to a cradle and walks that head around towards the knee. Ankle bite again, as you can see it, underhooks the ankle, right in the crook of the knee. Lets Armagost turn inside to face him a little bit, but that's as far as his hip moves, and potentially dangerous. 3-0 Bergeron. And Freeman with a hard stand-up, forward roll. Couldn't quite come out of that. Working on that cross-face cradle again. Short time in the period. There is the end of period number 1. The disc comes up green, and that's Bergeron. He defers, and Armagost is going to choose down. Landon Freeman in the down position now. Try to work from the way out. Bergeron going to cover him. Hard chop of the left wrist by Bergeron. Stops the first move of Freeman. Now legs ride to a spladle. If you're good with the legs, it's a really controlling ride. Freeman's got to try to get some hand control here. Hip tip coming, rolled through, just a 1 count. Bergeron hops side, going to try and load up that hip tip one more time. Freeman's able to get his hands out now, but Bergeron throws a cradle. Freeman's got hand control again. Freeman trying to get that left side leg free from that ankle bite. Now Bergeron with a cross face to that elbow. And he's doing some riding on Freeman here. Cross body half now by Bergeron. He hops sides. End of the period comes. Bergeron's choice. He goes down. Bergeron still leads 3-0. But it's been a dominating 3-0 for the St. Michael Albertsville wrestler. Freeman will start on top now. Bergeron just stands right up. It wasn't too hard. Now he's got the hands separated. Turns to face. Now 4-1 the lead. Underarm toss attempt, and they go off the mat. Corey Jacobs getting ready to come out at 100, Gavin Jacob getting to come out at 138, and he's got Abbotsford Colby's Matt Jekyll. Forward roll attempt by Freeman, and the takedown for Bergeron. 7-0 to lead now.
On deck for Matt 2 at 144, Gavin Jackson
Cradle attempt, and Bergeron has Freeman going to his back. 46 seconds left. I don't know if he can pin him from here because that right side shoulder is up pretty high off the mat. Freeman picking the hands free, got back to his stomach. But he's got his hands still tied up, and Bergeron has got a lot of hip pressure down. And Freeman has no counter for it.
Jonah Bird from Eau Claire North and Jake Cox from Simley. On deck for mat 4 at 144, Aiden Mincy from Simley and Jack Ackerman from Wisconsin.
10 seconds left in the match with Bergeron and Freeman. And it's going to be 11-0. Grant Bergeron of St. Michael Albertsville. And we go right down here in front of us. Gavin Jacob over with Matt Jekyll of Abbey Colby. Jekyll leads 6-1 on 2 takedowns and a cut loose. In early season tournaments here, gives you guys a chance to get matches, conditioning, see just where you sit as far as competition level wise.
Now wrestling on mat 1 at
Jekyll with a armbar on the left-hand side and a wrist tied up on the right. Short time, 2-1. End of the first period, 6-1. Matt Jekyll out of Abbey Colby. Second period about to go. Jacobs going down to start that second period. And Jacobs up a couple of weight classes from last year in weight-wise. Turn to face. Got the 1. It's now 6-2 now. They're on their feet. Neutral overhooked by Jacobs. Trying to keep some wrist control, and Jekyll just snaps him right to his forehead. And Jekyll just runs him straight over with double underhooks. And gets the takedown. 9-2 after Jacobs did some good work to get the escape. Now he's got the bar or the arm pinned across the back in a baseball type grip. Trying to scoop that far side shoulder up a little bit to get a turn, which he can't do yet. Jacobs got to fight that hand free, which he just did. Now he's got to come up. 55 seconds left. Second period, 9-2 Jekyll. Hard switch attempt, stopped by Jekyll. Switch attempt again, can't clear the hips. Got the trailing arm caught up. And they go back to his stomach. Jacobs got to a base now and got taken off it, put on his hip. 10 seconds left. Forward roll attempt. 1 point escape, Jacobs. End of 2 periods. And the choice is Jekyll's. What's he want to do? He's going to go both on their feet. He scored 2 takedowns in the first period, so I'm sure he figures that's probably a good spot for him. Nice little ankle pick with head pressure. Slide by Jacobs, missed that. Jekyll now with a arm tie. Trying to get to a double underhook, just slides Jacob by, covers him up with a takedown. That was pretty easy, 12-3. Next up for the Red Raiders will be Jack Ackerman against Aiden Mincy of Simley, Minnesota. So it's just not going to get any easier. .50 seconds left. Jacob to a base, tries to hit a switch. Jackal locks up around the body. And Jacob can't shake him off. Jackal with a hard tight waist. And Jacob has no counter for it. 22 seconds left.
Now wrestling on mat 4 at 144,
Aiden Mincy and Jack Ackerman just stepped on the mat. Mincy's instantly into a double leg.
And Mason Chambers from West Salem.
Jekyll's going to ride Gavin Jacob out. 12-3 the score in favor of the Abbotsford Colby wrestler. Now Mincy just got his takedown from Simley, and he leads 3-0. And everybody hanging out on the very edge of the mat. Now they finally go out. Mincy ranked third at 139 in Minnesota. And he just kind of cuts loose Jack Ackerman. Pretty comfortable on his feet. Ackerman tried to clear the arm, and Mincy just ran right through him. See that a lot with these Minnesota guys. They don't waste any time. They'll just run straight through you whenever you try to a little slide by or go behind. They just run right through your body and end up on top. 6-1 the lead now for Mincy of Simley, Minnesota. And Mincy content just to hang out here and burn time off the clock. Just got an arm across the tight waist, that's all he does. Just hanging on here. Burning clock. End of the period's here, 6-1, Mincy of Simley. Disc comes up. Ackerman's choice, and he defers. Mincy's going down. So far, really tough round for the Red Raiders. Just a base off by Mincy and allows Ackerman to put a bar in, but Mincy just powers right through it, turns inside, and catches Ackerman. He gets the reversal. 8-1. It's almost like he baited him into that. Just sat there for a while. Ackerman put the bar in. Mincy just forced back across his body and turned on his way through there, and Ackerman gets reversed. Now Mincy hanging out again here. Again, making Ackerman do the work. Tip attempt. 3/4 Nelson there by Mincy. Now goes to a coffee grinder with a bar. Again, Mincy just covering the hips, continue to ride, tight waist, wrist tied up underneath, and is in control of Ackerman at all points. It's not really working for a pin here. He's just kind of hanging out. 14 seconds left, 8-1. Mincy with a tip now. And they're going to get near fall here. And it's now 12-1 at the end of 2 periods. Mincy. Ackerman got taken down a couple times. Got reversed. And he's going to go on top. And he got rode for a long time. So he's going to try the top position and see what happens. Caution. Nope, no caution. They heard the other official blow his whistle, and they all jumped. Reset him, get him a fresh restart. Mincy just reaches back. Now there's a caution on Mincy. And Mincy just fighting to stay in a base. Ackerman trying to pick an ankle, and Mincy just lets him. Inside roll through. He knew exactly what he was going to do. Inside forward roll, covers him up. Reversal. Says 14-1 on the scoreboard. Hip tip again. That's going to be enough for a technical fall right there. As soon as the official awards the points, when Mincy breaks the pinning combination. He hasn't broken it yet. He still has the option to pin here, as he hasn't broken the pinning combination that he turned him with before. And there he did, so there's the tech fall. Aiden Mincy Assembly over Jack Ackerman in a tech fall win, 16-1. Chase Geathers at 150 is going to get Landon Cook out of New Richmond. Mason Tritz is going to get Billy Miller out of Blair Taylor. And Jeremiah Peters, he's had 2 losses, so we'll have to check to see his place in the bracketing. We'll bring you back more Lincoln High School Red Raider Wrestling when we return. On the mat now, Mason Tritz at 157 against Blair Taylor's Billy Miller. We'll see if Tritz can stop the bleeding here, because the Red Raiders got a big gash opened up in them this round to this point. They've lost every match they've been in. So we need Tritz to stop the bleeding here and change the tide a little bit. As he 2% tossed, Miller would have been on his back, but they're out of bounds. Almost on top of the scoring table. Mason Tritz with a first round win over Carson Kramer of Burlington. In on a single leg is Tritz. Got it trapped, whizzer by Miller. Tritz trying to, when they stop that, potentially dangerous. Miller's knee getting bent sideways. Snap down attempt by Tritz, but not hard enough. Comes up with an underhook, but loose and backs out of that. Tritz with his head down inside, Miller with a front headlock. Tritz reaches around the side, gets to a near side single, trying to come up with it. Got it up in the air, trying to dump him. Nice takedown, stayed with it long enough to complete it. 3-0 the lead for Mason Tritz. And here's Tritz's forte. You won't see him be flashy flying around on his feet. But this is where he does his business. Cross face. Cradle locked. Almost. Had it locked for a second and got broke apart. Working on it to get it locked again. 5 seconds left in the period. Stay in control here and take your 3-point lead into the second. Nice job, Mason Tritz. Flip of the disc. It comes up. Red, Tritz's choice. He's going to defer. Billy Miller's choice. He's going down. Team scores look like this. Like I said, the Red Raiders had a bad round. Kaukauna and St. Michael Albertsville, Minnesota are tied in first at 380.5 points. Simley, Minnesota is in second at 262.5. Menominee's in third, 241.5. Arrowhead's in fifth, 236.5. Then comes Auburndale with 224. Wisconsin Rapids behind them at 221, followed by Eau Claire North at 187. Red Raiders dropped from third and fourth area where they've been all the way down to seventh. Still crossface again now. Suicide style cradle takes it right over top of his own body. This looks good here. Tritz trying to let that shoulder out and settle him down. He's got 1:09 left. Oh, and Miller broke the grip. And they go back stomach down. Tritz with a hard crossface. Got the cradle locked up one more time. Which way does he want to take him this time? He's going to try and hip him over. Now he could try going backwards with him. Backwards he goes. Near fall coming again for Tritz. As I'd mentioned, he is a master with the cradle. And stomach down goes Miller again. 4 more near fall. It's 11-0 the lead right now. 25 seconds left. Half and a wrist now by Tritz. Straightens him out, grabs the wrist again, trying to drive him over. Straightened him out one more time. Can't get that far side wrist under control and loses the half. Back to the cradle one more time. End of the second period is coming in 2-1, 11-0 the lead for the Red Raider Tritz. Tritz's choice. He's going on top. And Billy Miller's thinking, oh, great, again. As he got ground up to the mat by Tritz, riding on top. Again, that's probably his best position. Picks an ankle, got a wrist turned all the way underneath. Fired a half on that far side, but Billy Miller picked that off.
On deck for mat 1 at 190, John Murphy from St. Michael's and Gage Finn from Arrowhead.
Tritz again with a crossface, comes inside this left-hand leg, walks the head to the knee, now traps the wrist, baseball style. Tritz got him to flatten out. Crossface on the other side now. Doesn't make a difference which side it is. Tritz will cradle you from either side. Got it locked one more time. Suicide style. That's pretty chancy. That's why it's called suicide, taking them over your own body. That's better. Not nowhere near as dangerous for yourself. And there is the tech fall. Mason Tritz. 15-0, a shutout for the Red Raider. And that's what we needed to stop the bleeding. 175-pounders. Oakley Plus should have a match coming up. And again, no 190, 215-pounder for the Red Raiders. And then Tanner Gormanson against Caden Stello from West Salem Bangor. We'll bring you those matches when they step onto the mat here at Eau Claire North. First time seeing Tanner Gormanson today, as he was in the other gym, unfortunately, in his first round matchup. He got a pin in 125 over Whitehall's Mason Bouch. This is Caden Stello out of West Salem Banger. We'll see how this matchup goes. I think Stello is 4-2 coming in. Gormanson, the number 2 seed in the tournament, behind the Kaukauna heavyweight, who's the number 1 ranked heavyweight in the state. Oddly enough, we just looked at this, Joyce and I did, St. Michael, Albertsville, and Simley. Everybody from 189 on up for those 2 schools don't have a ranked wrestler. They don't show up anywhere. And they were just off the mat. Gormanson, before he could gain control, his foot came off and he was out of bounds. So, back to the center. Gormanson with a snap down now, gets Stello down underneath. Now comes up with an arm tie. And couldn't get that wrist controlled. Underhook now, under and overhook. Launching pad could be loaded. Stello puts Gormanson in a front headlock, and they back off. Headlock attempt by Stello. Gormanson got to get his head up. Now you're in better position to take down Gormanson. Wow, close there. I seen what Gormanson was going to try here, is he was going to let Stello get off to the side, but Stello had a good enough headlock. Almost had Gormanson in deep trouble. 3-0 Gormanson, 50 seconds left in the first period. He's on top riding. Gormanson with a loose legs ride in on the left-hand side. Some of the Red Raiders could come out fast and furious here in the weight classes. This is the end of the quarterfinal round for heavyweights. Gormanson, the very last match in that group. And then we're going to go back into the lightweights. 12 seconds left. Barbed wire for Gormanson, going to run him over. Pulls that elbow up all the way underneath the body. Pin. Once he got him over, that was it. 1:54 to fall time for Tanner Gormanson. Nice work by the Red Raider. 2 pins in a row. That's 4 total bonus points for the Red Raiders. Last updated team scores we had, as we got another Red Raider waiting to come out. Kaukauna and St. Michael Albertsville, 380.5 points. Simley, 262.5. Menominee, 241.5. Arrowhead, 236.5. Auburndale, 224. And the Red Raiders, 221. Now, they've been changed since then, but we'll get that update shortly. This is Jackson Freeman and Frank Jurish from Whitehall. Freeman with a takedown. Roll through attempt. Freeman trying to underhook that arm. Off that legs ride, now sticking in a double legs ride. And they work their way right out of bounds. 25 seconds left the first period. Wrestleback rounds now, not the championship matches, but the wrestleback rounds are 1 minute first period, 2 minutes each the second and the third. Hard switch attempt by Jurish, and Freeman rode along with that. Crossbody power half and legs right on the right side by Freeman. Jurish trying to roll through him, catch him on his back. Freeman got to get his hips up here. Now he's got near fall coming. Got a count of 2 in the end of the period. 5-0 the lead for the Red Raider. Nice quick pickup of 2 there at the end. Freeman's choice, he defers. Jurish's choice, he will go down. Legs right on the feet by Freeman. Takes Jurish back to the mat. You can't get careless. He's getting up pretty high with those hips. Jurish going to try to get him out over the top, but Freeman now cross-body power half one more time. Going to try and turn him. Back in better position now is Freeman. Again, Freeman with a win and a pin. His first round match over Brand Wirtz of Columbus Spencer. And then met a tough guy in Jackson Thorne out of St. Michael Albertsville. Went down to a tech fall 17-1. Russell backside action here for the young Red Raider. Nice start there for Freeman. Took Jurish off the seat of his step in there. Hard forearm pressure across the back of the head, forcing that down. It works cross body at power half. Gonna try and pull that elbow over. And Jurish rolled through it, but Freeman caught another half. And they stopped that, potentially dangerous. I'm not sure why there. That was just a half from the other side, and I'm not sure why that was stopped, but we're wrestling again. 5-0 the lead, 40 seconds left for Freeman. Jurish does not lay around down on the bottom. He is working hard to come out. Freeman going to slap a cross-face cradle on him right now. Now, do it smart. There you go. Don't put yourself in danger of getting caught, because you can see Jurish likes to do that. Legs right again by Freeman, and Jurish trying to catch Freeman on his back here. End of the period, still 5-0, Freeman with the lead. It's Freeman's choice. He's going down. Landon Freeman on the mat against Ben Wilhelm of New Richmond at 126, just started. Freeman now comes out, turns inside from the bottom, gets to his feet, gets the escape. 6-0 the lead, 1:35 left. Nice low shot at the knee. He's got to keep driving through this. And there he gets a takedown. And it's now 9-0 with 1:18 left. And at the end of one period, it's 0-0 in the Landon Freeman, Ben Wilhelm of New Richmond match. Power half again by the Red Raider Freeman. Referee looking close to see about potentially dangerous, and they stop it there. Starting the second period, Landon Freeman on top trying to ride and turn, and Ben Wilhelm's up to his feet pretty quickly. And Jackson Freeman gets reversed. It's now 9-2. Got a little sloppy on the ride, got pretty loose, and ended up paying the price for that. Now to his feet. And Jurish just ran him back over, picked the knee, got him back under control with 19 seconds left. And a reversal for Ben Wilhelm in New Richmond over Landon Freeman. He leads 2-0 with 1:05 left, second period. 7 seconds left. Jackson Freeman with a reversal, 11-2 now, the lead. And that is the match, 11-2. Winner, Jackson Freeman, your Red Raider. 126-pounders we slide over to now with 35 seconds left. Landon Freeman on the bottom. Ben Wilhelm, his opponent from New Richmond, on top riding.
Now wrestling on mat 4. At 113, Matt Grimano from Eau Claire North and Walker Wadelet from New Richmond.
Freeman coming out the face. He's got separation in the escape, 2-1 now. 7 seconds left in the second period. Freeman down by 1. Going into the third, it's Freeman's choice. He's going down. Freeman now on the bottoms. Got to figure out how to score. He gets the escape. He can tie it. Reaches back into a whizzer. But Wilhelm's got a leg pick now. He steps out of that, and we're tied at 1. Or excuse me, tied at 2. Takedown attempt by Freeman. Got to finish it here, and he does. 5-2 now, minute and a half left. Wilhelm in a scramble, gets to his feet, but Freeman picks up this near side knee. Tried a bad attempt at a dump, but puts himself in trouble getting reversed here with 1:06 left. Stalemate, says the official. 5-3 with 45 seconds, I do believe, on the clock. And they are on their feet. Freeman leads 5-3. Cannot get taken down here. Oh, and he gets a break there. Can he complete it? He does. Little knee pick, and Wilhelm got his leg stuck in the mat, basically. And Freeman drove right across that leg, got him off balance to the mat, and covered him up, 8-3. That should be good for a win here. Freeman ends up cutting him loose. It's 8-4. And we're on short time with 5 seconds left. End of the match. 8-4, the win for Landon Freeman.
Now wrestling on mat 1 at 126. And Grant Bergeron.
Next up, we got another Red Raider coming out. It looks like Aspen Tritz.
Chase Hills from St. Michael and Wyatt Sandoval from
And he'll be taking on Sawyer Ostrom of Nakusa Port Edwards Assumption. Team scores. Kaukauna leads 437.5. St. Michael Albertsville in second, 436. Simley in third, 317.5. Menominee fourth, 287.5. Auburndale in fifth, 261. Arrowhead in sixth, 260.5. And the Red Raiders in seventh, 244.5. In eighth place, West Salem Banger, 229.5. Quick takedown already by Sawyer Ostrom and Nakusa Port Edwards. And we get the escape there as we go off the mat. Again, young minor lapses in focus and position.
And Evan Gill from Burlington. On deck for mat 2 at 126. Aiden Ari from Menominee, and Zane Gossel from Auburn.
Aspen Tritz with the headgear on. Face mask style this time to protect some injury to the face-eye area. Clears to a double. But Sawyer Ostrom sprawls, and they're going to probably be out of bounds. They got 5 seconds left. And there's the end of the period. 3-1, Ostrom leads. Flip of the disc, it comes up green. That's Ostrom's. He's going down. Okay. Interesting choice there. They exercised it. Ostrom catches a hand of Tritz's as he tried to throw a crossface. Now Ostrom stands up. Tritz can't hold him. 4-1, the lead for the Nakusa Port Edwards Assumption wrestler. Tritz now with an elbow tie and an underhook. Ostrom on the outside the circle looking in. And they spin and go off the mat. Back to the center we go with 1:19 left. Second period, Tritz trails 4-1. And Ostrom's in on a single again. Tritz trying to roll him off from underneath. Don't try something dumb there. Put yourself in deep trouble. Just get a takedown. You got a cradle locked up. Ostrom's able to fight his leg free and break the grip. 3/4 Nelson now by the Red Raider. Can he score a takedown here on the edge of the mat to get the match tied? Wasting a lot of time here, and they get a stalemate call. 27 seconds left. 4-1 Ostrom still with a lead. Tritz tried to get to a near side single, underarm spin again, but that didn't work last time. A couple times he tried it and wasn't close. And now Ostrom's in on a single. And they're off the mat. 11 ticks on the clock left in this period. End of the period, 4-1 Ostrom. And Tritz takes down. He tightens up the headgear face mask combo. Ostrom gets a wrist, chops it in, flattens Tritz down. Tritz now sees a knee in front of him, grabbed it temporarily, now works to a higher base. Coming up. Ostrom drops down to a single leg at the ankle. We're in a scramble here. Tritz has got an ankle as well.
Now wrestling on mat 4 at 120, Deegan Armagos.
Deegan Armagos at 120 gets called to a mat against Derek Goddard of Auburndale.
126, Demir Safranon from Simley and Zeke Anderson from Bloomer.
1:04 left yet, and Tritz is still trying to score here from the bottom. Just cannot. They got the one for the escape. 4-2 now. Now, takedown will win it here for Tritz. Deegan Armagos on the mat at 120 with Auburndale's Derek Goddard. Tritz with a Russian arm tie now, but lost that. Goddard with a shot in deep, got to a double. And Tritz has to give up the takedown. 7-2 now with 30 seconds left. Goddard in the lead, or excuse me, yes, Goddard in the lead. Or excuse me, Ostrom in the lead. My mistake, Ostrom. Arm pinned across the back, baseball style by Ostrom. And Aspen Tritt's going to go down to defeat, 7-2. Moving over to the 120-pound matchup, Derek Goddard of Auburndale against Deegan Armagast, your Red Raider. And we are at zeros with 44 seconds left, first period. Goddard trying to figure out how to score with his feet in bounds. Stalemate, says the official. Back to the center we go, 26 seconds left. Zeros on the board. A leg sweep, but missed by Armagast. Arm jab, missed that. Time is out. 0-0 after one. This comes up green. That's Goddard's choice. He defers. No, he took down, excuse me. Hard switch attempt. And Deegan Armagast got to work hard to cover him up, which he has done. And Derek Goddard just stepped up and walked away from Armagast. And he shoots in at a low ankle pick. Got the leg up of Armagast. Armagast goes for a forward roll. We get to potentially dangerous as the legs are all tied up. 1-0, Goddard of Auburndale. Just not taking some very good shots here. They get a little separation and scramble, and then they dive in from a long ways out. Not close enough to score. Now front headlock by Armagast. See if we can use that here. And again, Goddard just wades right in, picks an ankle, has Armagast on his hip on the mat. Armagast in danger of getting near fall scored on him. "27 seconds left. Armagast could pin himself there, but they keep wrestling. Armagast bails out. Takedown for 4. The lead now. Just outpowered again. You see the strength factor come in. And the period comes to an end. It's 4-0. Goddard of Auburndale. Not out of this match by no means, but got to have some good offense to score. Now he's got to have 2 takedowns here to get the lead. Shot inside, just overpowered again by Goddard. Armagast gets taken down. Armagoss trying to roll through. Can he pop his head out the side? They're off the mat. 7-0 the lead for the Auburndale wrestler. Again, Auburndale's pretty good showing for themselves. Last update, they were in 5th place. One minute remaining. Armagoss continuing to be ridden hard by Derek Goddard of Auburndale. Goddard is ranked 6th in Division 2-3. And we got potentially dangerous. We're going to stop that action, get a fresh restart. 42 seconds left. Good hard start by Goddard there. Chopped the elbow in and put Armagoss on the side of his step. And now Armagoss with a roll attempt trying to come out. Underarm spin, and Goddard is underneath, but he's got the arm of Armagoss. 2 reversal Armagoss. 12 seconds left, 7-2. And we had a stoppage for a stalemate, I do believe. 11 seconds left. Now they gave them the free one to their feet. 8-2. They got to go to their back with one here. But Goddard drives right in, picks an ankle. Didn't wait around, and that's what Armagoss did. He waited around. Goddard took advantage. 8-2. Goddard with a win. So, no more Red Raiders on them. No, we'll take that back. We're coming out here with Gavin Jacob against Kaukauna Perry Bayer. Tough matchup for Jacob. Jacobs has got a win, 14-2, and then a loss, 12-3. And now he's got one of Kaukana's wrestlers. And no matter if they're ranked or not from Kaukauna for this time period, they're all pretty good. Jacob in deep, coming out the backside or trying to see if he can score this. Again, he likes that grub around style like that. Now bearing a little bit. He's got an ankle now that he's hanging on to. Jacob setting him on the seat of his step in, but then turned the wrong way in a scramble. And Bayer covered him for a takedown and 3 points. In the one period, again, the wrestleback side, which this is a match of, is a 1 minute first period, 2 minutes each the second and the third. Jacobs on the bottom to start the second period. Comes up to his feet pretty easily. Now he's got to use his hands to do something here. And let's Bayer step into a legs ride. Crossbody power half by Bayer with the legs on the left side, and Jacob trying to come out from the backside, could grab the head if he could. Bayer bailed out. Gave him the free escape point, 3-1 now. Jacobs trails. And Bayer pressure on, controlling the inside part of the mat. .30 seconds remaining. Neither wrestler looking to commit much on their feet. And just as I say that, Bayer drops in on a near side single. Down low, trying to come up through the hips, and they're outside the mat. 11 seconds left in the period. Jacobs with a little feint at a low shot, but that's all it was. End of the period is here. Jacobs is on top now. Start the third period. Good start by the Red Raider there. Got Bayer flat on his stomach. I'll see if he can keep him there, go to work. Bayer just turns inside, comes out the face. Jacobs in a scramble to try and hang on to some type of control. And we got potentially dangerous on the knee, says the official. And Bayer will go down in the referee's position one more time. And they're on their feet, 4-1. And Jacob with a bad shot. Bayer way too quick. Sidestepped that, got a takedown. It's now 7-1. And he's got a legs ride in.
On deck for mat 2, at 144, Gavin Jackson from St. Michael, Aaron Howard from Menominee.
Too high of the ride for Bayer, but now he scooches back a little bit. Working on a Turk type tip. Hard for the shorter guy to ride with legs. Length is a big key there for that, and they just cuts Jacob loose. 7-2 now with 40 seconds left on the clock. Jacob in on a barrel roll takedown attempt, and Bayer just stones that cold. And Jacob unable to grab that second leg. Now he's trying to come out. Can he get control? He should have it there. 3 takedown, 7-5, too short of time left. 7-5, Perry Baker the win over Gavin Jacob. Right now, I don't see any more Red Raiders on the mat, so we're going to take a quick break. We'll be back with more Lincoln High School Red Raider Wrestling. Back now with, let's see who we got on the mat. He just popped out. Jack Ackerman. And he is wrestling Gavin Tritz out of Nakusa Assumption Port Edwards, who's in on a takedown, now a near side cradle. And the end of the period runs out. Thank goodness. And this is, Joyce, correct me if I'm wrong, is this a brother to Mason Tritz? But Gavin goes to Nakusa Assumption Port Edwards. Mason wrestles for Lincoln High School. So, Jack Ackerman on the bottom now comes to his feet, trying to get a little cut back in, but it gets taken down to the mat with a near side cradle again. Now he sets that foot inside, he breaks the cradle grip, and to his feet, and gets the one escape and the lead. 1-0, minute and a half left, second period. Tritz with a drag attempt to a single leg shot, and Ackerman gets taken down pretty easily. This is at 144 pounds. 3-1 the lead, for Tritz. Ellsworth bar turn attempt here. And Ackerman is trying to sit up really high. Can he catch Tritz? And they come to their feet. Tritz still with a little single to a dump, cut him backwards, took him back down under control. Back up to their high base now, and a cradle again by Tritz. Ackerman's got to get that right leg out this way as far as he can to base off of it here. And Tritz scores near fall at the end of the period. 3 near fall. It's now 6-1 the lead for the Nakusa Assumption Port Edwards wrestler. Ackerman into a double, but Tritz wizarded him out of it. They go off the mat.
Come on, Jared!
Single leg takedown and given a little body lock by Tritz. Takes Ackerman down to the mat and increases the lead 9-1. They both shot in at the same time and stopped each other, and Tritz with a quick reshot. That was the difference. Now Tritz going to try to cut Ackerman loose, let him to his feet, which he has done. And again, a slight lapse in intensity allowed Tritz to shoot in as Ackerman messing with the headgear. It is 9-2 now. They're on the edge of the circle. And Ackerman is straightened out on his stomach. Got to get your knees back up under you here, Jack. Stalemate. Ackerman with 44 seconds left, set to go on the bottom. Here's covers and no start by Ackerman. That allowed Tritz to flatten him out. Builds to a base, reaches back, picks the leg, turns inside, trying to come up with it. Back ankle pick by Tritz. And has Ackerman stretched out one more time. Now he reaches back and remains in control. 2 seconds, it's 12-2 now. And that's the end of the match. (12-2). Gavin Tritz and Nakusa Port Edwards takes out Jack Ackerman of the Red Raiders. 157-pound matchup yet to go. DeClain Cook out of Neenah against Mason Tritz, your Red Raider. We'll be back with more Lincoln High School Red Raider Wrestling. And Mason Tritz on the mat now against, we got to find it here. Mason Tritz against DeClain Cook out of Neenah. And Tritz already taken down. And DeClain Cook is ranked number 1 at 157. So tough draw for the Red Raider. 3-0, 1:15 left first period. They're getting reset to go again. Tritz trying to trap that elbow, pull it down in front, turn inside. Comes up to face. He's got 1 point in the escape. Good work by the Red Raider. Tritz would have shot him, but way too slow, and around the corner goes DeClain Cook. Tritz trying to fight back here a little bit, got a leg, and DeClain Cook clears that. Underarm spin into a front chin lock. Six seconds left. End of the period. 3-1 Tritz trails. Cook's choice. He's going to go defer. Tritz's choice. He's going on top. Best position for Tritz. The quickness you just saw, not in Tritz's favor there on the feet. And now DeClain Cook stands right up. Tritz drops down on a single. DeClain Cook reaches back and grabs a single of his own. We're in a scramble here. Cook steps over the legs, has the reversal. Now 5-1. Again, this is the number 1 ranked wrestler in the state here, in DeClain Cook from Neenah. Tritz trying to control that wrist again, pulling it down in front. Got to take it over his head, which he has done. Now if he can turn inside here. He's getting there, picking an ankle, puts Cook on his hip. And Cook trying to hang on for control here. Tritz trying to elevate the hips. Stalemate. Another restart coming with 47 seconds left. A little hip tip turn there. Third try was a charm there as he got Tritz to go over. Got near fall coming at, opened up the lead. That's 4 near fall, 9-1. That's a huge lead now for DeClain Cook. Again, as I'd mentioned earlier, this is a tough tournament with all the schools that are in here. And even though the teams may not be some powerhouses, they got some good kids in here like DeClain Cook and Neenah. They got about 3 or 4 kids that are really tough. So Cook's choice going on their feet to start the third period, lead 9-1. Nice duck under, really quick. Good technical takedown there. Gonna try to cut him loose. Yeah, Cook headbutted the back of Tritz's head there, and they both come up. And the official signaling something to the scorer's table. I'm not sure what it was. It's 12-2. Minute and a half left. It'll shuck on by into a single leg shot by Cook. Trying to switch it to a double, which he has done. Trying to step over and lock a leg down and work up the body. Got the 3 takedown. And he has the legs separated apart. He's trying to cut him loose here. 15-3 right now. Another takedown for Cook. It'll be a technical fall. And Tritz shot down towards the mat, comes up with a leg, but Cook's locked up through the body. And he's figured out to get a turn. And somehow that was a quick 3. Wow, that was a really quick 3. That's a technical fall for DeClain Cook over Mason Tritz. 285-pounder Tanner Gormanson waiting to go against the Clare North Noah Penninger. We'll bring you that when we return to Clare. 285-pounder Tanner Gormanson against the Clare North Noah Penninger. Semifinal round matchup here. The other semifinal is Menominee heavyweight, who's ranked 9th, and the Kaukauna heavyweight, who's ranked 10th. Gormanson's ranked 8th. Big guy wrestling. Collar ties, push, pull, collar ties. Underhooks. Gormanson down to a single leg on the near side. Got the takedown, 3-0. Nice setup by the Red Raider. Kaukana's heavyweights ahead 10-1 in the second period. Gormanson and Lobendoja, I do believe his name is, from Kaukauna, had a heck of a match last year in the state team tournament. Gormanson, nice wrist control here, going around the corner, trying to barbed wire that out. Trying to pull it as far as he can, keep going. Oh, he stopped 2 steps too soon. Penninger was on his point of his shoulder looking to go over. Penninger's got the wrist of Gormanson out across his head, which is a good position for him. Gormanson picked an ankle, remained in control. Nice work there, but Penninger comes to his feet. Penninger gets the escape. Gormanson 3-1. End of the first period, 3-1, Gormanson with a lead. Gormanson with a pin and 125 over Mason Bausch of Whitehall. Got a pin in 154 over West Salem Bangers, Caden Stello. Gormanson going down to start the period. Gormanson building to a higher base. Catches a wrist as Penninger tried to lock up a cradle. Gormanson with the escape. Kaukaunaa's heavyweight just got a tech fall. Or maybe a pin, I'm not sure, but I heard the whistle blow. Nice single leg attempt with a little dump by Gormanson. Bar on the wrist by Gormanson, got it in there deep. Got time to run it. Got a minute 20 here. Penninger goes over, kicks the ref in the head, doesn't make a difference. Gormanson with a pin. In 1:34. Rematch of the state team tournament final round matchup between Gormanson and Lobadenja. And Lobadenja is a very good athlete. We'll see if Gormanson can hang with him here and turn that match around. Going to reload the mats here for the placement matches. We'll be back after this short break. Finally back now to Eau Claire North after another break. This is Jackson Freeman at 106 against Auburndale Sawyer Kundinger. This is a match for 5th place. And Freeman gets a quick takedown. Team scores look like this. In 10th place, Eau Claire North, 225.5. 9th place, West Salem, 249.5. Lincoln's in 8th, 265.5. Burlington in 7th with 267. Arrowhead in 6th, 301. Auburndale in 5th, 309. Menominee in 4th with 317.5. Simley in 3rd, 355.5. And then you got Kaukauna with 513 points in 2nd, and St. Michael Albertsville, Minnesota, 513.5. We go off the mat with 1 minute 11 seconds left yet, and I'm not sure that should be correct because it should be a 1 minute first period. But in any event, Jackson Freeman leading 3-0, and he's on top. Got to get over, got to get his hips on top. There he goes. Joyce, correct me if I'm wrong here, but this is not the championship match, so it should be a 1 minute first period.
I don't know what they're doing.
What?
I wasn't watching when it started.
In any event, if they run them all the same, that's fine as long as they don't change them.
Don't know.
And Freeman continuing to ride with that legs ride, gets a Turk tip now. The referee said, nope, didn't expose the shoulders. But Freeman gets real loose with that ride. So he gets flopped around a little bit now. He's way out over the shoulders. And he's getting his arms pulled underneath. And thank goodness the time ran out of the period. 3-0 the lead for the Red Raider. Again, this is a match for 5th place. Freeman deferred his choice, and now Kundinger picked both on their feet after a consultation. And Freeman took a bad shot in from way too far out. Kundinger's got his leg up in the air. Again, mistakes you cannot make. He's a freshman. And it's now out of bounds. Correction, Jackson Freeman, a sophomore. Double arm tied up now by Kundinger, and he drops into a single. Front trip, whizzer by Freeman to counter. Got to keep hipping in there tight with that whizzer. Got to get your head up. Freeman's got to know when to back out of here. Finally he does, gives up the takedown, and we're tied with a minute left. Out of bounds they work. Under a minute left here as Freeman's got to restrap his headgear on as it came undone down over around his ears and his neck. Three to score. About 50 seconds left in the second period. Again, Sawyer Kundinger's from Auburndale. Freeman to his feet again, turned to face Kundinger, but Kundinger takes him back to the mat. Freeman's trying to control that right side arm a little bit, now loses that. The Red Raiders in the black championship replacement round singlets. Again, Freeman gets into that kick over roll type stuff from the feet. And when he got himself in a little trouble, that's potentially dangerous. And instead of just sticking with something very, very standard and that's been tried and true, forcing away on the head, getting that leg down on the mat, put himself in jeopardy again. Now, hard stand up, now come to his feet. Now he's forcing down on the head. And there was that kick over one more time. And they're out of time. 3-3. And now it is Freeman's choice. He's going down. A little conversation amongst everybody over there. Now we're getting set and ready to go. Freeman set. Kundinger covers. Trying to turn inside is Freeman now. Kunder comes up with that single leg again. Front trip takes him back to the mat in control. Minute and a half left. Freeman got his head down on the mat. Got to pick that off. Got 50 seconds left. Still tied at 3. Warning, stalling, Freeman. Now he try to come to his feet. And once again to his feet. Turns to face. Kundinger into a single. And they're out of bounds. 34 seconds left. Freeman's got to fly on the bottom. Got to beat Kundinger off the start. Get a little separation here. Caution, Kundinger dropping down on top of Freeman. You can get set, but you can't drop down on top of him. Freeman's set again. The referee calls for the cover. There's a good stand-up attempt. get some hand control. Kundinger just a little too strong right now. 24 seconds left. Working on a wrist control on this left-hand side is Kundinger. This is a match for 5th place. Inside of 10 seconds. Trying to step over the top is Freeman. No time would run out, says the official, as Freeman gets free. Overtime coming. 1 minute, first period of overtime. Slide by to an Okie choke for Freeman. Takedown, and there's the match. 6-3 in overtime. For the win and 5th place, Jackson Freeman at 106 pounds. Good finish there for the young Red Raider. Next up, scheduled to be Luke Hamill against Loudon Reber of West Salem Bangor at 113 pounds. And that match not on the mat yet. I don't see it standing here on the side, so we're going to we're going to hang on here for just a second.
Champion at 106 pounds, from Simony, Avery Mincy.
That is Deegan Armagas getting set and ready to go here. We're going to take a quick break. We'll be back when we return to Eau Claire. And we got another Red Raider coming out here. This looks like Deegan Armagas, possibly.
That's what it's supposed to be.
Deegan Armagas against Ridge Tibbet out of Neilsville, Greenwood. This is a 7th place match.
And they are 2-minute first period. Whoa, good tell. Oh my God.
Now wrestling on mat 4, at 120, Ridge Tibbet from Neilsville.
Armagas gets taken down. And now he's got to work from the bottom, trying to hit a switch on the way up. 3rd time's the charm here, hopefully, and then gets taken back to the mat. Jackson Freeman finishing in 5th place for the Red Raiders at 106. Luke Hamill won by a pin in 59 seconds again in the other gymnasium, so we are unable to show you that match, unfortunately. He finished in 11th place at 113 pounds. Oakley Plus at 175, got an update there. Finished in 15th place with a 7-3 win over Nick Loris out of Eau Claire Memorial at 175. 3-1 now the score, both on their feet. Nice takedown by Armagas there. Went around the corner, drug him down to the mat. 4-3 now the Red Raider comes out on top of the scoreboard. 40 seconds left. Out of bounds they go. Landon Freeman will be wrestling for 5th place, and Aspen Tritz for 7th. Five now the score in favor of Armagas. And at the end of the first period. Close match to this point. Flipping to this comes Armagas. He defers. Now Tibbet will take the bottom position to start the second period. And Tibbet stands up pretty easily. Armagost with a trip takes him back with elbow control. Tight waist with a wrist, trying to get a tip. Trying to roll through it. Rolled all the way through, could control him on his shoulders. Now Tibbet in a sitting position here, turned inside to face Armagost, gets into a double. Armagost just hipped him right over and regained control. Again, the tournament is between Kaukauna and St. Michael Albertsville. Starting this round, St. Michael Albertsville with a 513.5 to 500.5 point differential and the lead over Kaukauna. Third place pretty well settled out. That'll be Simley at 355.5. Rapids could get up as high as probably 7th. Burlington's a 1.5 in front of them at 267. Rapids is 265.5. And they've had a pretty good start so far in this round. Got 3 wins on the board. Good wrist control by Armagost. Follow him around, they go off the mat. And we got 23 seconds left. 6-5 the lead for the Red Raider. Good start by Deegan Armagost, flattened the hips down of Tibbet. And counting down from 10 seconds here. End of the period, 6-5 the Red Raider. Now Armagost will start on the bottom with the lead. See if he can score from down here as he rode Tibbet just about the entire period, if not the whole period. Armagost trying to get Tibbetts out in front of him, which he has done. Pops his head out, gets the reversal. Now 8-5. And again, this is where Armagost is doing quite a bit of work. Wasn't getting any points out of the deal, but still grinding and controlling Tibbet. Got an armbar loosely in on this near side. Now loses that, goes for a crossface. Armagost doing a nice job of riding here. 55 seconds left, third period. He's up by 3 at 8-5. That's a warning. Stalling on Tibbet underneath. Can't get his chest off the mat. Crossface now by Armagost. Tibbet now finally tries to come out, clear his hips, but Armagost follows right along behind. 22 seconds left. Armagost in control on top here. He's done a heck of a job riding. He's kept Tibbet's chest on the mat most of this period and most of the second period as well. End of the match. 8-5 the win for Deegan Armagost. He finishes in 7th place in the Eau Claire North Husky Invitational. Again, Landon Freeman coming up against Damir Safaronov. of Simley, Minnesota. That's a match for 5th. And at 132, Aspen Tritz will take on Simley's Derek Buck for 7th place. We'll be back with more Lincoln High School Red Raider Wrestling when we return. Landon Freeman on the mat now against Damir Safaronov of Simley. And this is a match for 5th place at 126 pounds. Freeman got a 7-0 victory, then lost 11-0 to Grant Bergeron of St. Michael Albertsville. And he came back with an 8-4 win over Ben Wilhelm of New Richmond. Puts him into a match for 5th place. So far, Jackson Freeman finishing in 5th at 106. As Freeman in on a high single. Nice takedown there by the Red Raider. Luke Hamill in 11th at 113. Deegan Armagast 7th at 120. A couple other wrestlers that are already done. Chase Geathers finishing in 14th at 150 pounds. And Oakley Plus in 15th at 175. And again, those matches were in the other gymnasium, which we were unable to bring you, unfortunately. .25 seconds left. Freeman in control of his first period. Doing an excellent job of riding. Had a nice takedown to start with. Oh, and Aspen Tritz is getting ready to come out at 132 on a different mat. So we'll keep you updated here with Freeman. And we'll give you scoring updates with Aspen Tritz and Derek Buck out of Simley, Minnesota. That's a match for 7th at 132. 3-0 after one period. Landon Freeman and Damir Safaronov. Freeman deferred his choice. Safaronov took on his feet.
Now wrestling on mat 4, 132 pounds, Aspen Tritz of Wisconsin Rapids and Derek Buck, Simley.
Safaronov trying to wind up some speed here and pick up the pace of the match a little bit. Freeman shot in. Safaronov countered very easily. Freeman shot in again, but got flattened out coming in. Can he improve on this? Got his head down on the mat. Locked up around the thigh. Tried to short drag on by, did the Simley wrestler, and Freeman stood up and get back to neutral. Sabarinov shot in and got to a single leg. Freeman locks up across the body and through the thighs. Stalemate. Good call for the Red Raider. 48 seconds left, 3-0 the lead. Landon Freeman. Aspen Tritz with a toss on Derek Buck of Simley, and he's got him on his back. Going to score 3 takedown, and near fall coming to be added. With a minute left, first period. Aspen Tritz got to just hang out here now. Let this headlock toss settle in more. There is the pin. Aspen Tritz with a pin. Wrestling for 7th place. Red Raiders having a much better round this round as they are basically found their water line there, as you want to say. They're in matches that they can wrestle with these people. They're not outmatched by the top couple in the weight class. Congratulations, Aspen Tritz, on that toss of Derek Buck Assembly right to his back and kept him there. First period pin. Next up for the Red Raiders. This is Gavin Jacob, and he takes on West Salem Bangers Jared Plumendal at 138 pounds. That's for 7th place as well. Freeman got the escape. He's ahead 4-0 now. They're on their feet. To this point, a very good match. Wrestled by Landon Freeman. Oh, and Safaronov gets a takedown for 3, and he cuts Freeman loose. It's 5-3 now with 1:05 in the third period. Freeman cannot get taken down or he will be behind. Freeman shot with his head down on the mat again, and Severinov was looking to score. 38 seconds. Freeman's got to make sure he takes a good shot at an angle if he's going to take one. Nothing marginal. Big underhook by Safarinov. Underarm spin attempt. Whizzer by Freeman for a counter. 10 seconds left. Under 5 seconds now. 5-3 Freeman. He's going to hang on for the win for 5th place. Gavin Jacobs fighting hard not to be taken down here, but the referee gives him the signal. And they're off the mat with 2 seconds left in the period. 3-0, Jacobs trails now over Jared Plumendal out of West Salem Banger.
Now wrestling on mat 3 at 132 pounds. Sawyer Osterman, Kusak, Carter Sturba, Risky.
And the 1 period. 3-0. Jacobs got not out of this match yet. Plumendal deferred his choice. Jacobs going down. Again, this is a match for 7th place at 138 pounds. Jacobs trying to come up to his feet now. Plumendal lifts, takes him back to the mat. Technical violation on Plumendal, locked hands, so Jacobs got a point here on a penalty. 3-1. Could be a big point there. Got to clear your hips. To his feet, but doesn't do much with his arms. They just fly around. You got to use your hands to help yourself out. Working on grip and for balance. But he's kind of noted for his arms are flying all over the place and not helping himself out. Switch attempt. Got stopped with a hard tight waist. 1:25 left yet, second period. Jacobs got to get his chest off the mat. Got to back up, clear that leg. There, he's done that. Now coming up, putting a foot down, both feet on the mat. He used his hands temporarily, but then that was it. Out of bounds. 1:02 left, second period. Hard switch by Jacobs, comes to his feet. Trying to switch again, but got his legs tied up. "36 seconds left." Oh, and the Blumendal slipped off of a cradle. Jacobs almost able to come out the back, but they ended up off the mat. 28 seconds, I do believe. Jacobs got time to fly around here and get out from the bottom. Coming up is Jacobs. Hard switch. Cleared it. Got the 2 in a reversal. We are tied with 3 seconds, 2-1. Nice job there by Gavin Jacob. Tie match, 3-3 going into the third. It's going to be Blumendal's choice. He's going to go down. Jacobs got to have a hard start. Stop that first move. Blumendal builds to a high base pretty easily. Jacobs trying to get a legs right in. Blumendal caught that. Jacobs throws a double legs in now. Got to get his hips back a little. Here he's positioning himself. Now he's got to make this count. Got the double legs right in. He almost had a big half there, but lost that. Got to get his hips flat, Gavin. There you go. Keep working on the shoulders and the head. Minute 5 left. Got to stick with one side, make it work here. There's the half, got the wrist. Can he get the turn he needs? Take your time with this, 38 seconds left. Not yet, says the official, and he lost the half. Got to go back at it now. Now he's too high, and Blumendal's coming up to a high base. And he took Gavin over the top, gave up the reversal. He's behind 5-3.
And the winner of 126 pounds, 8 hour of the nominee. Now wrestling on mat 1 at 132 pounds, Chase Mills of St. Michael's. Which Baby Casey is the nominee.
And Blumendal comes out with a win late in the period, 8-5. Excuse me, 5-3. 5-3 was the score. Gavin Jacobs finishing in 8th place. Next up at 144 is Jake Eckerman. He'll take on Anthony Calvin Woods of Eau Claire Memorial on the same wrestling mat. So we'll stay right here as they come into your field of view.
Now wrestling on mat 4, 144 pounds, Anthony Calvin Woods of Eau Claire North. This is Jack Ackerman, Wisconsin.
Jack Ackerman got a win 12-4 and then another win 7-4, then lost on a technical fall and lost 12-2. Time to end on a plus here. Yes, did not protect the legs at all. To take down Woods. Ackerman trying to get the switch. Around the corner they go. Ackerman steps over and they're out of bounds, says the official. That was a lot of wrestling on the edge. I'm not sure they were out of bounds or not. Wood's going to put Ackerman on his feet. Okay, 3-1. Ackerman trails. Again, Wood's in there again deep to a single. Changes to a double. Ackerman steps over the top. And they say they're out of bounds even though Woods' foot was in there. You got to be able to protect your legs, so you cannot let him in there. There's a shot of his own. Now, what can he do with it here? Coming out the backside. Trying to work his way out of the Polish double. Turns the corner. Got 3 in a takedown. 4-3. Got a near fall count. I don't know if there was 2. I guess there is. Referee's got it signaled. Stack attempt. Armbar. Keep going after him there. Jack Ackerman. .38 seconds left. Near fall coming again. 3, 4. Double armbar now. Pin. Nice work by Jack Ackerman once he got the takedown. 7th place at 144 for the Red Raiders. First period pin in 1:31 on the time. 150-pounder Chase Geathers finishing in 14th for the Red Raiders. Next up, 157-pounder Mason Tritz against Emilio Salas, Assembly, Minnesota. That match will be for 3rd. We'll bring you that match when we return to Eau Claire. 157-pound 3rd place match. Your Red Raider Mason Tritz is taking on Emilio Salas out of Assembly, Minnesota. Salas with the big right-legged knee brace on, wrapped from his side down to just above his ankle. And we'll see how the Red Raider Mason Tritz matches up with the Assembly wrestlers. Tritz gets run over after an ankle pick, gets taken down. 3-0 lead, warning stalling on somebody, and I'm not sure what was going on there. Tritz is pulling and tugging on his neck here. I'm not sure what we got going there. Coaching staff come out of their chairs, and Salas going to put him up on his feet. 3-1. Salas leads. Tritz countered that shot. Again, this is not his best position. The best is on top. He can score from underneath, but flashing this fleet of foot's not. There's a nice snap down. Probably not his strong suit. Salas snaps down Tritz into a double leg. Can you pull him in? Worked up the body there. Tritz is trying to stay in bounds. Salas is digging his way out of bounds. Tritz trying to get him back closer to inbounds so he can have a little bit of space to work.
Come on.
This could be huge points here.
Not a takedown.
And the referee stopped it. I'm not sure why. It weren't out of bounds. Tritz's foot was in by 6 inches.
Taken down in a circle.
8 seconds left first period. 3-1 Salas with a lead. Slide by to an Okie choke almost, and the period's up. Just comes up green, green. That's Tritz's color. He defers. Salas goes down. Well, we'll probably take that unless Salas is really good from the bottom. 157-pound third place match. Salas just bases off here. Now he comes up. Tritz got to hustle back to his feet here a little bit. Double leg trip, going to try to crawl up the body. Salas pretty strong, able to stand right up. And the referee says they're out of bounds, I guess. And Mason Tritz with a little cleanup. And Salas going to get checked out. Three, 1, Salas Assembly over Mason Tritz. He's cleaned up. Blood flow is stopped. The referee stops the blood clock. Salas will be down. Tritz will try to turn and ride. Tritz driving across with an ankle pick, trying to work up the body now. Salas able to pull his knees underneath him and stand right up on Tritz. Now he's picked the hands off and he's got the 1-point escape. 4-1 Salas. Slide by and Tritz come flying around the corner in front of him. Absolute speed edge goes to Salas. 40 seconds remaining. Second period. Bad shot by Tritz, reshot by Salas. Tritz caught him coming in. Can't force yourself to a bad shot. One good one, the match is tied. Salas knows he has the lead. Tritz trying to reach in there, got to a single, got stretched out, now trying to bring it back into him, and they're going to run out of time in the period. 4-1. Salas leads after 2. Tritz's choice, he's got to go down. Now we'll see what Salas can do from the top. Tritz has got to score from down here. And again, it's always kind of a longer process with Mason Tritz. He gets in that grub around stuff. There isn't a lot of high-speed flash here. So the points will come at a pace that Tritz can score them at. Salas picks a trailing arm, pulls it back, puts it into a bar, Ellsworth style, with a wrist tied up. Now he loses the wrist grip underneath off the tight waist. Salas trying to run that bar. Minute 15 left. Tritz trying to pull that hand off his tight waist. Arm bar again by Salas. Tritz is pinning that arm out, and they stop that for potentially dangerous. Tritz comes up shaking that shoulder a little bit. .48 seconds left. Still got time, but it's got to come in kind of a hurry now. Tight waist and the wrist control by Salas again. Spiral ride by Salas. Trying to stuff Tritz's head with that half. 25 seconds left. And again, Salas wrestles as he knows he's got the lead. He's not going to get into any tight, bad positions. Going to stay with a tight waist and wrist control, and he's going to ride this period out. Going to get a 4-1 win. Fourth place for Mason Tritz at 157 pounds. For the Lincoln High School Red Raiders, once again, Jeremiah Peters was knocked out of the tournament at 165, did not place. Oakley Plus at 175, placed 15th. No entrant at 190, no entrant at 215 today for the Red Raiders. Tanner Gormanson, the last Red Raider to wrestle in the finals at 285 against the number 1 ranked Kaukauna heavyweight, Nehemiah Lendabeja. We'll bring you that match when we return. And we're finally back now at Eau Claire North. This is the absolute last match of the tournament. 285-pound championship match from Kaukauna, Nehemiah Lendabeja. Your Red Raider, Tanner Gormanson. Kaukauna wrestlers ranked number 1 in the state. Gormanson's ranked number 8. Gormanson, Lendabeja, a very good athlete. These two met last year in the state team championship, and Kaukauna came out on top. Here are the points totals as we sit. St. Michael Albertsville going to win with 550 points. Kaukauna in second, 519 and a half. Simley in third, 380. Menominee, fourth, 329 and a half. Auburndale, fifth, 321. Arrowhead in sixth with 312. Burlington and Wisconsin Rapids tied at 277 and a half in seventh place. Gormanson can put us into seventh by herself with a win. No other teams can score except Kaukauna. They cannot get enough points to get the first. And Rapids, as I had mentioned, can finish in seventh place all by themselves. And we have waited for a long time here between numerous matches, injury times. They moved kids around, then they got injuries again, and blood times took forever. And now we're finally on the mat. 45 seconds left, first period, 0-0 on their feet. Both wrestlers pretty cautious. Mendoza with a shot in. Gormanson countered, couldn't do anything with it. 27 seconds. Double collar tie by Gormanson. Five seconds remaining. We're probably going to go in the second period tied at zeros. 2 minutes gone. Second 2 minutes, second period coming. The disc comes up. Lembedoja's choice. He takes down. And Lendabeja, Gormanson trying to get him off his hips, which he almost did on his side. Now, big man's got to keep his weight on top. Lendabeja on the bottom. trying to build to a base. Gormanson trying to pick an ankle. Let Mendoza got to his feet, trying to get out of bounds. Gormanson can't hold him, but they're out of bounds first, says the official. Thank you. Gormanson, not much of a start, just kind of trying to control. Now the Kaukauna wrestler got to his feet. And now sprawling back as Gormanson getting stretched out with a single leg. Let Mendoza again around the corner, picked an ankle, got the reversal. He leads 2-0. Gormanson to his feet now. It's 2-1 in favor of Kaukauna. This could be a key matchup down the road as well. Gormanson gave him a pretty good go in the team tournament championship match last year. Just did not come out on top. Gormanson trying to pull down, wear him down. 18 seconds left, second period. Two periods gone, 2 minutes left. Gormanson's choice. He's going down to start the third. He trails 2-1. See what Lindo Beja's choice is. Is he going to ride, cut him loose, try and take him down, or what's he going to do here? Gormanson to his feet. And Mendoza takes him to his base one more time. Gormanson up again to a high base. Gormanson got some wrist control, got it pinned over his shoulder. Gorman trying to turn inside, but Lindo Beja gets control again. Gormanson to his feet, now working on hand control. We're tied at 2. 1 point escape. Let Mendoza again, very good athlete, lifts Gormanson. Gormanson trying to roll him off the top, can't roll through it. 3, excuse me. Lindo Beja. Again, he is quite an athlete for a guy that's his size. 5-2 now, Gormanson trails. They're out of bounds. He's quicker than Gormanson and probably a little bit better athlete. I'm not knocking Gormanson, that's just a fact. Gormanson works to his feet pretty easily, and Lindo Beja cuts him loose. 5-3. A takedown by Gormanson could win the match. Can he set up one? Good one. .30. Slide by, missed it. 20 seconds. Ten seconds. 5 seconds. Lindo Beja is going to hang on with the one takedown for the win, 5-3. Second place for the Red Raider heavyweight Tanner Gormanson. It's close. Something to work on there for the Red Raiders. Tough tournament. Gormanson finishes in second place for the Red Raiders. Red Raiders tied for 7th with Burlington. I don't know if Scott will come back up and give us an interview or not. We will see. But that's it for now, unless Scott decides to come up from the Eau Claire North tournament. Again, thanks to Joyce Bennett for keeping us with the stats and the matchups. Thank you. Cameraman Scott Rouge for volunteering this Saturday, making a drive over. And we'll bring you more Lincoln High School Red Raider Wrestling on Wisconsin Rapids Community Media.